Welcome all boxing lovers to the most authoritative boxing channel here on social media. Today's episode, we are counting to the top 10 heavyweights in the world as at the month of August 2025. This is going to be very interesting because we are going to start from the undisputed champion, which is quite obvious in the person of Alexander the Cat Usyk. Then we go to former world champions in the person of Joseph Parker, who are knocking on doors to get the opportunity to become world champions again, and then former world champions like Anthony AJ Joshua and Tyson the Gypsy King Fury, who are yet to make a ring return after their last defeat, and to Hungry Lions, who may not be as talented as Usyk, but they have the heart of a lion like Fabio Wardley. All this is coming up in this particular episode. So stay glued to the most authoritative boxing channel. Remember to subscribe to the channel, press the bell icon, express your views in the comment section, and share so others can enjoy. And starting off straight from the number one position is no other than Alexander the Cat Usyk, who is a three-time undisputed champion and the current undisputed champion. He beats Daniel Dubois at the Wembley Sports Stadium to become the king of the heavyweight division. Not that he was dethroned, but he gifted his IBF belt to Daniel Dubois and Anthony AJ Joshua to tussle over. Then he reclaims it. He was the heavy favorite going into that fight, and it was an easy puzzle for him to solve this time around. Unlike the first time where they collided in Poland, where the fight took 9 rounds to stop, this time it went just 5 rounds. Daniel Dubois is the only man Alexander the Cat Usyk had knocked out in the heavyweight division. The power was superior, the ring IQ was superior, the footwork was superior, and Daniel Dubois had no answers. The second position, in my opinion, right now is going to be the person of Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker is a former WBO champion. He beat Andy Ruiz in Australia to become a world champion, lost his belts to Anthony AJ Joshua. Then he went on to gather a couple of wins, then lost to Joe Joyce in a devastating manner in London, no, in Manchester. But has since then rallied the clock, win after win, and has had 6 successive wins. His last 3 has been impressive. The last one being no other than Martin Bakoli in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Then Zhili Zhang, the dangerous Chinese big bank, who is heavy-handed and a southpaw. He went all 12 rounds with him, and then he also managed to secure a unanimous win against no other than the former WBC champion in the person of Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder, who was then regarded as one of the most dangerous punchers in the world of boxing. Now, my number 3 would go to no other than Aji Kabayel. Aji Kabayel is an undefeated fighter. He is very much underrated, but he is the current WBC interim champion. Aji Kabayel has been a body attacker. He is the true definition of a body snatcher. He always has a game plan and he sticks to the game plan. He is not that flamboyant, so people don't talk about him. But Aji Kabayel is the biggest revelation of the Riyadh season fight card and has proven himself. And he being signed to Frank Warren, it is being said that he would be having a comeback in his native country, Germany or Turkey. So this is good for the boxer as at this time, and I think that Aji Kabayel is the third best heavyweight in the sports of boxing right now. The fourth would go to no other than former two-time champion in the person of Tyson the Gypsy King Fury. Tyson the Gypsy King Fury has not stepped in the ring again since his loss to Alexander the Cat Usyk, but I think that he still remains a good boxer other than those below him. He is yet to prove his current status, but for what he has done in the past, I think that the number 4 position is duly deserved by Tyson the Gypsy King Fury. Daniel Dubois, having also gathered some wins after his loss to Alexander the Cat Usyk in Poland, the likes of Jerome Miller, Philip Hegovich, Anthony AJ Joshua put him at the second best heavyweight in the world before the month of August or before facing Alexander the Cat Usyk again. But after that defeat, it has dented his image a lot. I think that Daniel Dubois should have stood up and still continued the fight and gone out on his shield. Yes, you live to fight another day, but this is becoming a formula for Daniel Dubois where he has the energy to continue, but he seems not to want to go to the extra mile in order to seek glory or in order to be defeated. I don't think that he has the heart of a lion or he has the hunger of a challenger. I don't think that Daniel Dubois has the heart to become the utmost bet. If not, he has all the tools in his toolbox, but I rank him number 5 based on the couple of wins I've mentioned: Gerard Miller, Philip Hegovich, Anthony Joshua, but lost to no other than Alexander the Cat Usyk. And losing to Alexander the Cat Usyk is no disgrace. He is a generational great. He is an all-time great, and he is one of the best people to ever step in the squared circle. Now, number 6 would go to no other than former two-time champion, whom was topped by Daniel Dubois. Yes, Anthony AJ Joshua. People may argue Anthony AJ Joshua lost his last fight. He hasn't been he hasn't been active. But there are so many heavyweights that are not active in the sports of boxing right now. But Anthony AJ Joshua remains a decent name to have on your record. He remains a formidable champion, not at his maximum best, but he has a decent heart to challenge for the best. Let's all remember that when Anthony AJ Joshua was knocked down in the first round, though you could see that he was clearly dazed, he came back and wanting to compete and more and wanting more until he was knocked out in the fifth round by Daniel Dynamite Dubois. I think that per the body of work Anthony AJ Joshua has done over his career, he remains the sixth best heavyweight in the world right now. Yes, and Philip Hegovich will come in at 7. Philip Hegovich lost to Daniel Dubois from the cut, and the referee had to stop the fight in the 8th or ninth round of that particular fight. By ranking the Croatian at number 7, it's in the right order. He took a comeback fight against Joe Joyce on a late notice where he gave a good account of himself. It wasn't at his maximum best, but he is fighting next week against no other than David Adley. David Adley, I expect to challenge Philip Hegovich, but I expect Philip Hegovich to use his experience and his pedigree and his amateur background to win the fight just after 3 rounds, start picking up and stop David Adley in the later rounds. So I rank Philip Hegovich as a good heavyweight at number 7. Now, number 8 is going to be no other than Fabio Wardley. Fabio Wardley is a different type of fighter when you look at the whole scheme of things. He is not the most polished fighter, but he is a fighter who would always put his life on the line. He would go in for glory until there is no glory to be attained. He keep pushing till the end. And if you watch his last fight against Huni, where he was losing on the scorecard, he still managed to get a knockout at the later rounds of that particular fight. That tells you the heart that Fabio Wardley has. He doesn't have an extensive amateur background. He came into the boxing late, but one thing has been consistent about Fabio Wardley. He is always in a fight until he is no more. And that is one good thing about Fabio Wardley. He is very, very aggressive. He is very, very competitive. He is very, very mentally tough. That is why he is able to roll with no other than Dillian, the body snatcher White. Now, At number nine, at number nine, at number nine, I rank no other than Moses Itama. Moses Itama has been ranked high by most people, but I don't think that he has done enough work. He has been at the top level in order to deserve such high rankings. It's all about fight placement and fight selection. But I think that this is a talent that would become a world champion, that would get the boxing conversation around himself, just like Alexander the Cat Usyk has done. He is not flamboyant, but he does all his answering of his critics in the squared circle. He has knockout power, he has skill, he has timing, he has intelligence. He has intelligence and he has everything a quality boxer must have. And I think that this guy, the sky is the limit for him, and he must be well managed and protected by Frank Warren, guided to become a top level boxer in the person of Moses Itama. I rank him number nine in my heavyweight ranking. Now, at number 10 is going to be quite controversial because I have two African brothers at number 10. I have Efe Ejagba and Martin Bakoli. The last time these two fighters faced each other, it ended up in the draw. I would love to see a rematch, and a rematch, if you are hearing it for the first time, it's likely that it may happen in December or early part of next year in Nigeria. There is a promoter talking about that fight who is very, very interested in that fight in the person of Dr. E, who is behind the scene working things to bring that particular fight to Nigeria. But these are fighters who have also given account of themselves after they've lost. Martin Bakoli lost to Joseph Parker in a shambolic manner, second round stoppage. He was not in the best of form, but Efe Ejagba, when they faced each other, could have emerged victorious, but the judges called it a draw, which I think that it's not fair, but these two needs to run it back. So at number 10, I have it a tie. Martin Bakoli and Efe Ajagba. There are other people who you would say should come into the rankings, but they have not done enough. But if you have their names, put them in the comment section, and I would rank them from number 11 and below going. So this is it. Usyk sits at the top of the throne of the heavyweight division comfortably, and I think that rightfully so. This is a man who has worked to attain that position. If you disagree with my ranking, let me know yours in the comment section. Remember to subscribe to the channel, press the bell icon, express your views in the comment section, and remember, your greatness has no limits.